Greetings, 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 greetings. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you? How are you? How are you? Yes, it was a struggle, y'all. It was a struggle. But the kid is here. The kid made it. She made it. Now, let me just see. I can't tell if anyone has. I'm still new at this, YouTube. Greetings. Can you see? Can you make any comments? Let's start there. Can you make any comments? I don't know, but we're just gonna just rock. I'm gonna just rock. I can't see who's who and what's what, but nonetheless, I'm just gonna rock. Yes. Welcome to my channel, people. Yes, the kid finally made it live. It was hard. It was a struggle, baby. It was a struggle. But yeah, we're here, and I am Robin. Yes, Voodoo Witch. Hey, my sisters. For those that will be rocking, hey, my sisters. See you live. Yes, I's here. I's here. Yes, yes, yes. So let's just go ahead and chop into it because we are a little late. It's almost my bedtime. Ashe. So anyway, through Amethyst and Clover, which is my group on Facebook, and it is also my business, Ashe, Ashe. We pulled a card of the day, and that card of the day was curiosity. Ashe. And this is basically saying that there's a door open, a door opportunity, the door is open. And are you brave enough to go on through? Is there anything that's stopping you from going in? You know, if doors have been constantly closing, or you just can't seem, to get anyone to give you that yes, you may have to create a yes for yourself. Ashe. Be bold, be brave, and, walk through the door. A lot of us have been putting in a lot of hard work and energy. We've been taking our breaks, getting our rest, and just gearing up for the next phase. And once we, finally do see that door open, are you afraid to walk through it? I know for me, just getting on YouTube was a struggle. It took me months to prepare myself to, go ahead and pop that cherry, pop the cherry, and just put myself out there. I'm a very personal, private person. And, if I really want my business to do well, then I'm going to have to do more than just talk to the people that I know. Ashe. So when the door of opportunity, open, this is me or anyone that is starting a new project, a new venture, a new business, a new career, and you want to go in and take a look around before you just, go in head first into a shallow pool, a potential shallow pool. Do some research, get the lay of the land, take a look around, see what's what. Make sure that it's actually the door that is available to you. Ashe, Ashe. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what the tarot has to say. Ashe. Yes, and I like jumpers. These two came out yesterday. Yes, Ashe. So we have the moon. For my sisters that rock, they here again, baby. We have the moon and we have the hermit. So for some of us, it really is that time of taking a break, just getting to know what we're feeling inside, processing things. That research could come from actually everything that we've gone through. And, so much has been happening. So much has been taking place. So much has been taking place that it's time to just take a minute, just breathe. Even if your cycle isn't complete, even if things are not finished, just take a moment and breathe. Connect with your ancestors, connect with your Lawaj, your Orishas, the divine her and or himself. Seek higher counsel. Figure out what is the next move. Just take a minute. And then you have the moon card coming on through. You're definitely on your path. How emotional are you? Are you feeling emotional? The moon is definitely rocking with Pisces and or Cancer energy. Ashe, Ashe. And astrology is all about Cancer. And then with the tarot is all about Pisces. So dreams. Are you planning your next phase in regards to your dreams? Are you, looking to see what it is that you're really feeling inside? What are you afraid of? Like, what's really holding you back? That's the real question. Do you feel like things are too good to be true? Do you feel like it's an illusion? Do you really, want to embark on this? Do you feel alone? There's definitely a balance that needs to be had in regards to the spiritual and the physical. Some of us may be feeling like our dreams are too big. Some of us may be feeling like we're not dreaming big enough. Whatever it is, you're right where you're supposed to be at this time. Curiosity is a good thing. They always say curiosity kills the cat, but that's because the cat is not afraid to go and take a look to see what's around the corner, as opposed to waiting for the universe to come to us. You definitely have to put your energy in. You definitely want to make sure that you are doing your part, even if it's just a stop, take a minute and breathe, get some spiritual counseling, go outside, get some fresh air, take a walk. Sometimes seeing things from different perspectives, seeing things for what they are as opposed to what you want them to be. And she does have a staff in her hand. So you may need some assistance. We'll take that one. Ashe. Spirals of manifestation. Yes, this is definitely that time. It's definitely that time of creating. So even if you're in that phase of just taking a break, taking a moment, just to, just breathe, you're still working on things. Don't forget about you. Don't forget about your energy, your thoughts, more so than just your words. Thoughts are like just as potent, if not more potent than your words, because what you're thinking, it definitely becomes your reality. So if you're, creating these cycles, and sometimes some of us are definitely on these cycles where we're going to start. And then for some reason or another, we just stop. Or there's some type of roadblock, there's some type of hardship, there's some type of challenge. Be bold, be brave, see it through. You definitely want to see it through. If you rock with a sister circle, a brother circle, a coven, you definitely want to kind of lean in, use them for support. My sister helped me get on live today, Ashe. So instead of me just sitting here and being frazzled because I'm not the most techie and, I really don't know what I'm doing on YouTube because this is just my second video, but my first live, and the whole technical parts of it. If I didn't reach out to people that I knew, loved, cared, and trust me, and me, them, then I would still be sitting there trying to figure this out. I'd have been frustrated. I'd have gave up. I'd have walked away. I probably would have broke my daggone laptop. It probably would have just been a whole mess. But I stopped. Just take a moment. Breathe. And then I had to remember that, no, I'm not alone. No, I don't have to figure this all out by myself. I do have a whole team, a whole squad. I do have people that are genuinely rocking with me and really want me to succeed in whatever it is that I'm doing. So I have a couple of sisters that just went live. They're relatively new to going live. So I was like, hey, let's call them. Let's see how, they work that out. And when people are caring and loving and they're patient, she sat right there and I'm just like, I don't see it. I'm flipping the camera around and she's taking a look and I'm like, I don't see it. And then once I really just allowed everything to just be, I was like, go ahead, sis, just go on ahead. I'll figure it out, on my own. Just go ahead. No sooner than I said that, it just materialized right in front of my face. What's this? What's that? And I was like, I think I got it. I think I got it, and then she's like, yay, and it's things like that. When you see, a staff, yeah, it is a magical, powerful tool, but it can also assist and aid her in walking. It can also assist and aid her on her journey, and when I was feeling like all is lost, that could honestly be that deep, dark place, and then I had to realize that, wait a minute, there is some light. My spirit, my energy, my vibration, I had to change my mindset. So even if, moments don't have to take days. Moment could be just what it is. One moment to just breathe, decompress, and just breathe. also part of illusions. It was an illusion that, you'll never get this. You'll never figure this out. That could have been lower energy. You know what I'm saying? That really could have just been a test just to see, do you really want to even go on YouTube? Do you really even want to do this? And there's a part of me that's like, hell no. There's a part of me that's like, no. But then there's a bigger part of me that is like, yes, shaking like a leaf, terrified, scared, and everything. But as you can see, she's not alone. She does have companions on her journey. It's also about, the big dream. Venus and Saturn, Jupiter, Saturn, Venus and Mercury. There's been a lot of interactions in between the planets. There's been a lot of communication in between the planets. And with all of those things coming together, it was just showing you that sometimes it's going to take more than just you, but you first, you first. You first, you always, and this is a potent time to be doing some manifestation, getting rid of some things, getting rid of the old to make room for the new. We're heading towards the full moon. The full moon is about to be in Virgo on Saturday, Ashe, and let this be a sign of Virgo the Virgin, i.e. Bobo, in her all white, and not necessarily being a virgin like, she's never had sex, but, pure in thought, keeping your thoughts pure, good energy, especially when it's in regards to you, especially in regards to what you want to do, and the whole thing of being strong. Feminine energy came through. Feminine energy is still coming through. There's many ways to be strong. There's many ways to get a job done. So just being flexible in regards to you. Have a firm, solid foundation in regards to your goals, your dreams, your inspirations, but definitely you want to be flexible in regards to how to get those things done. Sometimes you don't necessarily need to force the issue. Come through. Yes, definitely. In regards to this moon, that is definitely Yemiya energy, Olukun energy, mermaid energy, getting into with your emotions, making sure you have some balance. So some of us just need to take a break. We may be overthinking, My sister kept saying, you're overthinking it. I'm like, I'm not overthinking anything that I had to remember. I am an overthinker, so I probably am, so just taking a time out. Smoke screens and mirrors. There's a lot of illusions going on in the world, period. Especially right now, you're hearing a whole bunch of talks and everybody have their own thoughts and everybody has their own ideas and everybody have their own opinions. You want to make sure that you are good with you, what you're trying to do, and that could also be in regards to what's going on with the hermit. Maybe you just need to tune everything out. Just tune it all out. Get some peace, some inner peace, get quiet just to see what you are thinking, seeing what you are feeling, I'm just shuffling these really good. Let's take a look into Eartha. I name my decks. Greetings. I name my decks. So this is Eartha. And we just want to take a look and see what's coming through. So are you manifesting anything? And how is that going for you? Oh, we have the Dragonfly Emergence, and I love this card. The Dragonfly of Emergence. Yeah, some things are definitely coming to the surface, Ashe. So you've been putting in a lot of work, and it's been a lot that you've been doing, and it's been a lot of challenges and struggles. But nonetheless, you've been nurturing, you've been honoring, you've been doing what you need to do. The Dragonfly is also about transformations. So some cycles may need to come to an end. And every time I hear about the dragonfly or see the dragonfly, I instantly think about the butterfly going into its cocoon. Dragonflies do the same thing. They go through phases of life, and when you're going into that cocoon, which is right under the daggone hermit, just so I can bring it down so y'all can see a little bit, when you're going down into the hermit, that's just like going into your cocoon, maybe this phase of your life is over. And it could really be a scary thing. I know for me, I don't like to make moves if I don't know what's to come. I like to be in the know, and everything may not be for us to know. And what is for us to know maybe is in regards to doing that shadow work. Why do you keep going through the cycles? Why do you keep finding yourself at the same place at the same time? Why do you keep talking yourself out of, doing what your heart desires? What's really going on? What's really down there? Some of us are going through a rebirth. Some of us are going through, whatever it is we're going through. Some of us ain't going through nothing. Let's just be clear. Some of us has put in so much hard work and so much dedication of all the healing and all the growing and, moving people, letting people go, people, places, and things, letting them grow. We honestly are good, so let that be a message within itself. Don't try to create something because it seems like the whole world is going through something. Be okay, because that within itself could be an illusion. When I think of the moon, yes, I think of dreams and inspirations and goals and creativity and all of that stuff. But with Amethyst and Clover, we're really about the smoke screens and the mirrors, baby. We're really about the smoke screens and the mirrors. So just because everybody else seemed like they're just having a hard time, especially from 2020 going into 2021, everybody just seems to be, they're angry, they're upset, they're hurt. Rightfully so. There's a lot taking place. But if you are actually okay, be okay with being okay. That's a lot of wasted energy that we're putting into it just so we can be a part of the masses. We can all be the same. We're not all the same. Some of us have already done our shadow work. Some of us have already done, our healing. And now we're using healing like a crutch. You don't want to continue to do that, because then you're just going to be stuck on this loop. And you'll never be able to fully manifest the things that you want to manifest, because you're not meeting the universe halfway. You're not meeting your God, your Lawaz, your Orishas, your ancestors halfway. You're still sitting there and shoulda, coulda, woulda land, as opposed to emerging, you're actually going into like a quicksand type of thing. There's no need for all of that. You're meant to grow. You're meant to, shed your layers. In my circle, in my group, we talk about the serpentine energy, the naga energy, the snake energy all the time. And it's all about shedding layers. You're meant to grow. That's what the dragonfly does. That's what the butterfly does. They transform. That's a sense of transformation. So yes, a lot of things are coming to an end. And yes, you may not know what's around that corner, but allow yourself to be intrigued and allow yourself to be curious enough to want to find out. And the only way that you're going to find out is that once you get yourself internally, mentally, physically, emotionally prepared, then you got to take that step. You got to take that move. Let me be a testament of the day, baby. Let me be a testament of the day. Ashe, Pops. Let me be a testament of the day. You really want to go ahead and just take that next step. Yes, it's going to be scary. Yes, you may fall, but yeah, you will emerge. You will rise again. Lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? Take these lessons and apply them. What's the purpose of continuing to study, heal, learn, and you're not willing to implement anything? Knowing is only half the battle. Implementation is the other half of the battle. You got to be strong. You are strong. You are brave. You are bold. You are righteous in your righteousness. Pay attention to your dreams. Baby, last night, I had some dreams. Let the moon energy come on through. I had a dream where I was about to take a shower and a huge, not a super huge, but a rat, a legit rat, not a mouse, a rat. I'm in Baltimore, baby, so maybe that had something to do with it too, Ashe. But a rat, I went to go pull the shower curtain back, and this rat kind of lunged at me. And as it was coming, I took my index finger. This could be a wand within itself. You know what I'm saying? I took my index finger and I stabbed it right in his neck, and it just kind of hung on my finger, and I flung it, and as soon as it hit the ground, my cat Marie bit on his leg, bit on his stomach, ate the daggone rat, so dreams, pay attention to your dreams. What does it mean? I rock with it when you have bad dreams or nightmares, it's really your subconscious trying to get your attention. You haven't been paying attention to the signs, the symbols, and the synchronicities. You know, if you're in a spiritual realm like I am, part of the ATRs, the African tradition religions, or the African, religion of the traditions, Ashe, Voodoo, Ifa, Santeria, if you're a part of all of that, you know that dreams really do mean something. And for me, that could have been, someone doing some type of energetic work against me. Rats are never a good sign. The year of the rat, we just ended. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And that has been all about struggles and strifes and hardships, tower moments, and tons of transformations. There's been a lot of major changes. And we have to give ourselves enough time to process that all, to breathe, to just take a moment. You don't necessarily have to be on go, 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 go mode all the time. How are you feeling with everything that took place? How are you feeling about the things that took place? Are you doing your journaling? Are you getting some fresh air? And I know it's hard to get some fresh air these days, but are you? Are you taking a bath? Things like that. There's a lot of water energy coming through with the moon. And again, the moon is going to be in Virgo. Virgo is all about, they like order. This is why they also associated with like the Virgin. They like order, cleanliness, things of that nature, like things to be just so. Are you working with the moon energy? Let's take a look into Amy. Amy, what can we work with? What should we be on the lookout for? What's popping? What's popping in these streets? I'm getting chills. Yeah, there's definitely some energy that's taking place. There definitely may be, some self-sabotage going on, or really someone that is trying to put that negative energy out into the universe. And you're probably taking it in without even realizing it, because you do have some self-doubt and you do have some insecurities of your own. It's best to go ahead and get rooted, suited, and booted. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. We'll take those two. Thank you. So we have Astara, which is a part of the spring. Confirmation, that there'll be some big changes, some major changes if you're working it, and again, that's an incubation stage that goes right along with the hermit phase, just taking the time and, doing some self-healing, some nurturing, some self-love, having your boundaries set. Summer. Okay. So the warmer months, for some of us, we'll start to see the fruits of our labor taking place near the spring. Some of us, if we're just getting started, you may have a little longer to wait. And those that rock with amethyst and clover, we talked about that once before, so if you've been doing this since that great conjunction back in December, you should start to see some of the fruits of your labor come into fruition around spring. If you just got started, within the new year, you may have to, do a little bit more work or just give it a little bit more love. And you should start to see it come summer, So it all depends on your mindset. And we're in a 5-year. So things may not be easy breezy summertime. In my life, things are never easy breezy summertime, but it's all about your power, your willpower. Are you using it properly? Are you using your fire properly? Your fire is your spirit. Are you using it properly? Are you allowing yourself to get so distracted? Are you allowing yourself to stay so busy? Being busy all the time is not always productive. It's not always conducive in regards to what needs to be done. Some of us legit need some rest, some actual sleep, to just take a moment, get different perspectives, seeing things for what they are, and then seeing things for how, you want them to be. That's a part of the manifestation. What is your life purpose? Are you just going along to get along? Are you just going with the flow? Are you being the drummer to your own drum? Or are you just following what everyone else is doing and feel as though that's what you should be doing too? You're going to always hit those roadblocks. That will be my husband coming up the steps. It's okay. Yeah, and he still continues. Yeah, so once you get your game plan, celebrate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just be off to the races. Celebrate that. Because without even realizing it, it takes a lot of time to come up with a concrete idea, a legit plan. And once you get that plan set, baby, breathe. That's step one. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So once you get that set, just take a moment. The moment is out there to be taken. You don't have to go into a mad dash. Do some research. That's what the curiosity is telling you to do. Now that this door is open, whether you opened it or opportunity has opened, you don't instantly have to say yes. You don't instantly have to say no. Take some time. If you got a new opportunity on the table, let's say a new employer or a new partner, somebody wants to partner up with you. Before you say, oh, yes, because you're so excited that you're getting the things that you want, baby, you better make sure that it's going to have your best interest at heart. Do the research, read the contract, look it over, get another set of eyes to look it over. Don't be just so quick to sign your name on a dotted line without knowing what's in that fine print. Take your time. Really take the time. Take a look around. If you're looking at a new building, really take a look at the foundation. Look for those cracks. Ask the proper questions. Is that a settling crack or did something happen there? You know what I'm saying? Because those illusions, somebody will just do a quick spack or they'll tell you, oh, don't worry about it. This building, it tends to do that. You don't know. Yeah, for you, it's such an exciting thing to really start to see things coming together. But what good is it if it's not on solid ground? What good is it if it's not stable? What good is it if it's not really for you? That's like buying a car. Yeah, you desperately need a car. So you take the first thing smoking, not realizing that it's really a lemon, or you saved up. And when you should be getting a little beta, that's what we call it here, a little beta, just to get from point A to point B, you're putting yourself in harm's way by going to go and get that dream car. Sometimes you just got to build. You got to take your time. Slow and steady wins the race. Sometimes. Ashe. Yeah. So let's just take a look and see what herbs and oils that can help. I really wish that I could see comments. I really wish that I could see you guys and we can talk. But I haven't gotten that far yet. I haven't perfected YouTube. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, let me be the example of the day. Even as I'm doing this reading, my brain is like, I want to do this and I want to do that. And how does this work? And how does that work? This is going to take some time for me to find my groove, to find my niche, to find, my pattern and how I want to rock with YouTube. I've been doing Facebook for a while, so I'm comfortable there. I know exactly where everything is. I know exactly how everything works. And a part of me wants to apply that same energy to YouTube, not remembering, even though I'm very conscious and aware that this is very new for me, I'm still trying to force the issue as opposed to just celebrating like, yes, I made it. My brain is already on a tangent. Like, you can't see nobody. You don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going on. What's happening? What are they saying? Are they saying anything? That's not my concern. My concern is right here, right now. And where I am right now, this is a small victory for me. It's taken me a long time to get on YouTube. And now that I'm here, my brain or me instantly want to go to the next thing. Yeah. So you really do have to have, those boundaries within yourself. Someone has to be inside of you. And for me, it's always my spirit. Be like, chill, B, relax. You'll get it. You'll figure it out. We'll play with it tomorrow. How about that? Tomorrow we won't go live. We'll take some time to figure this thing out. We'll make sure that, people can see me and I can see them. If they want to comment, good, bad, or otherwise, because trust and believe, baby, I take all energy. Ashe. I'm actually looking for my first hater. That means, I made it. I'm actually looking for it, Shout the kid out. Ashe. Yeah, so what herbs, oils can we use, to just help us to take that next step after we take a minute to just celebrate the small victories or wherever you are in your journey. Let's say that you already got some rest. Let's say that, you're coming to the end of your hermit phase. Then yeah, what is the next step? Are you afraid to take the next step? What is that? What does that look like for you? Do the research on that part. It is a big research time, because while you're allowing your seeds to grow, you don't want to overwater them. You don't want to, keep checking on them. My mama always said a watch pot never boils. And I'm sure a lot of mamas say that, or a lot of people say that, but there's some truth in that, because if you're constantly watching it, that means you're opening up the lid every 5 seconds. Well, you're letting some of the heat out. And in order for it to boil, it has to be contained. You got to keep that lid on it, And if you just constantly doing that, same thing with the oven. You're like, oh my gosh, is it done yet? Is it done yet? Not everyone has the latest and the greatest. Some of us still have those ovens where you can't see inside. Let's just be clear, or if you have an oven and you can see inside, it don't have a light, so you really can't tell. So the only thing that you can do to see where it is, what stage is it in, you got to open it. Well, every time you open that door, you're letting the heat out. You have to have some patience and you have to have some faith. Get creative. While your cake is baking or while your ribs is cooking, do something else. Legit it's going to take 2.5, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, however long it's going to take for that to be done. Do something else. Stalking it is just going to create anxiety. Stalking it is just going to create a lot of impatience. Stalking it is just, it's not going to be good, especially when you cook, and put some love into it. I don't know what this cooking thing is coming up. Maybe someone, I don't know. I saw the incubation. Maybe someone is baking, maybe someone is, and I say baking when I have one of my cards on my little rack, I let it bake, maybe someone is just allowing their thought process to just play out. Allow it. Do some journaling, really dig deep. What is it that's trying to come through to you? What message is trying to get through to you? Because I'm hearing that someone is not picking up on the message. Someone may have been a hermit just a little too long. Someone, they want to be in the dark. No matter how much light comes their way, no matter how much the truth shines, they're just ignoring it. You don't want to ignore it because it's not going to go away. It's just not. Oh, I'm starting to feel this energy. I'm starting to feel the energy of how I get when I'm in my groove, in my group on Facebook. Yeah, this is nice. I can do this. I can do this. See, I can do this. And I wouldn't have known for sure if I could, if I never did, Yeah, I like it. Yeah, so the first thing that came out is orange. Yeah, come through because you do have the sacral and the solar chakra energy here. And then you have orange. Yes, Oshun is definitely coming through. And Oshun has been around. She's been around. Venus has been floating around. And, Venus also rocks with Oshun, Aphrodite, any of the love goddesses or deities, Ashe. Yeah. So on a high end, if you're working with orange, the oil, sweet orange, bitter orange, even like bergamot, they have like the citrusy scents, but this one is legit orange, purposeful. And that's what I mean by doing something with purpose. Don't just do it to just do it. Don't just do it because it seems like everybody is going there. I'm one of those fish to swim upstream while the masses are going downstream. I'm not going to put myself in harm's way by going downstream with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stay true to what's true for me, what I know to be true for me. If I got to be the only one going upstream, then baby, I'm going to be the only one going upstream because there's a purpose. I'm doing it with a purpose. And when you're doing it with a purpose, you're doing it with passion and love and excitement. You're dedicated. You know, it really don't feel like work. It is work. It's a lot of work, but it don't necessarily feel like work. You know, like this for me, this doesn't feel like work. This is like, yeah, Robin, yeah, this is what we do. This is what we does. We love it here. I instantly love it here. Yes. And then trendsetter, leader. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Be curious enough to open the door. Open it. Or if the door is already open, be brave, be bold, be curious enough to just walk on in. These are the things that you say you want out of life. You want this. This is something that you want. And then when it presents itself, I can't be the only one, or maybe I am. When it presents itself, then it's like, oh shit. You know, like when you're doing a lot of thinking, if I had $1,000, I would do this, that, and the third. But as soon as you get that $1,000, now you really gotta think because it's really real now. That's how it is when these doors of opportunity open. That's how it is when we create these doors of opportunity. What a break. Yes. So is it enough for you that the door is open? For some, they just wanted to see. I would just want to see what it would be like if the door was open, if I could just, if that opportunity actually came my way. Well, what are you going to do with it? What happens then? The door is open. What are you going to do? Are you going to go on in? Or was that enough for you? You have to be honest with yourself. What is it that you're really trying to do? What is it? Be a leader, be a trendsetter. And that's what the Aquarian energy is all about. For those that rock and we're in the age of Aquarius, that's what Aquarian energy is all about. Innovative, newness, being a leader, being a risk taker, not being afraid to be the weirdo. Because for every time that you're a weirdo, baby, you be the sanest one just a year or two later. You're ahead of the game. You're ahead of the curve. You may not see what other people see, and you have to be okay with that. They're damn sure not going to see what you see. Trust me on that, or not. Take that to your altar. Ashe, ashe. But on the low end, a diversion. I told you, smoke screens and mirrors, baby. Yeah, there are a lot of diversions taking place, trying to get you sidetracked. If you rock with, the universe want what you want, or your ancestors, your spirit guides, your spirit animals, they want what you want, and they're working towards it. You can be so close to him, like the closer you get it, the tighter you feel. You be like, I'm gonna feel tight. I'm tight, or you feel as though that all of these challenges, they just want to start popping up out of nowhere now. Yes, because sometimes the universe is trying to make sure that this is what you really want. Sometimes even your enemies or the people that you consider haters or people that really don't have your back, that energy is just to make sure that it's something that you really want. So when you go after it and you actually do obtain it, you appreciate it. Because we're not in the realm of collecting shit. Collecting things, that's a thing in the past. Just to have, that's a thing in the past. So on a lower end diversion, being a follower and apathy. So the message is, I blaze my trait with powerful intent, letting nothing distract me from my goal. I am not afraid to show my true colors to the world. That's me. Yes. Not being afraid. This is what the crow was saying in regards to curiosity. Be brave. Whatever issues that you feel could be a possible hindrance, that's what you want to look at. That's what you want to entertain, because that could be the last thing in between you and the thing that you want. The universe is always coming closer and closer at every turn. But at every turn, especially with this 5 year, it could be a challenge. But it doesn't mean that this is something that you just got to heal from. Sometimes challenges are just challenges. If you're being triggered, then yeah, you definitely want to address that. Why is it triggering you? Who's doing the triggering? Is it your lower ego? You know what I'm saying? Is it your lower self, the ego? Self-sabotage is a real thing, especially when things start to become tangible, when things start to be real, when things start to be concrete. Yeah, we can sit up there and, I'm trying to tell you, create our own diversion. We're set on this path. She's set on this path, and she's not alone. Even if you're just looking at it like two dogs and a lobster, she's not alone. But these could honestly be her spirit guides and spirit animals, her ancestors in lobster form. Ashe, Ashe. She's walking towards her dream. And yeah, it's dark, but there's tons of light. It all depends on how you see it. How are you seeing the things that you want out of life? Are you seeing it as nothing but full of strife and hardship and scariness and darkness? Because that's the surest way to talk yourself out of it, baby. That's the surest way. Or are you seeing it for what it is? Yes, it's going to be challenging. Yes, it's going to be hard. But seeds are planted in the dark, and beautiful things come from it. This dragonfly. Allow yourself to transform. Allow yourself to let go of the old, even the old you. Allow yourself the opportunity to see and be. C and B, we all we got, baby. We all we got. Yes. Anything else? Clarification, please. So we have tea tree. Oh, and that is one of my all time. I keep some tea tree in the house. If I don't have any other herb, oil, tea tree is where it's at. It's all the aunties, all of it. It works wonders for everything, from cleaning your home to cleaning yourself. You know what I'm saying? Ashe. So on a higher end, tea tree can help you with healing, discovery, and boundaries. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. If you are feeling hurt, some of us, we've tried a thing a time or two, and it just didn't work out the way that we wanted it to. But it doesn't mean that this time you're going to have the same results. If you feel that way, then it's going to be that way, because if you're already thinking about the last, my first business was called Cornelia Cashmere. I still own the names to that, Ashe, but it's called Cornelia Cashmere. And I politely closed it because I found myself going along with the masses. They loved the product. They loved it. And I loved that they loved it. But then they started asking for things that wasn't on the menu. Or they then started asking, can I do things that I don't normally do? And because I was too afraid to say no, because I didn't want to lose business, I'm a new company. I'm a company and an employer, an employee of one, So I was like, yeah, I could do that. But then once you start that, it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. So while the money was coming in and everybody else was happy, I wasn't happy because I started to lose sight of, one, this is my business. And if people don't want what I have, then that's just what it is. I'm going to attract those that are meant for me. And I had to shut it down. And people, Robin, yeah, I know. But when you start to lose sight of yourself and you start to go against yourself, if you're really honest and true to yourself, you know it, you feel it, and it does not feel good, Ashe. So yeah, have your boundaries. They're telling you, do the research. Take your time. Ask for a couple of days. You know your thought process. For me, I need 3 legit days. And if somebody tells me no, that's a flag. Because if they really want me, or they really want what I'm about, and I'm telling you, yes, I'm very interested, but I'm just asking for a couple of days. If someone tells you, you got to decide right here, right now, just me, take that to your altar, but just me, I'm going to gracefully and gratefully bow out. Because you're not going to pressure me to do something that I don't want to do. Those are the lessons that I've already learned. Ashe. And once you know a thing, you know a thing. You know a thing. So yeah, rock with tea tree, if you're still in the healing phase. While we're in the incubation, that could be a form of healing, getting ourselves prepared. For me, it took a lot because people are not the nicest of people. Some people are just not happy people. Some people they're doing exactly what they were born to do, to create the balance. They don't have to oh yeah, I know they've gone through a lot. Some people ain't going through nothing. They're here doing exactly what they're meant to do, to create chaos and a ruckus and to try to tear people down. It's your job to make sure that you're okay, to heal yourself as best you can. Because I don't ever think, maybe that's just me, let me not say that so strongly, but I don't ever think that I'll ever be completely healed. I just heard Sade is never as good as the first time, baby. Yeah. For each time that you grow and you learn and for every time that you had your heart broken, when you heal, there's still going to be little cracks. And even if I'm not even going to touch that one. No. Sorry. I was going to say Gorilla Glue it together, but I pass. But even if you do that, you know what I'm saying? You're still going to be able to see the cracks. It's never going to be 100% together. But if you are willing to accept those cracks then become badges of armor, because it showed you that, yeah, somebody tried to do their worst, or you legit went through hell and high water and you still made it out on the other end. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's all about. Tea tree can help you with that. But on a lower energy, if you find that you are thin-skinned, everything hurts your feelings. And this is where it came in for me. I was very concerned about coming on to YouTube because people will say some things. And me, on my journey, growing my business, I didn't want to give them the business because I'm always with it. I had to learn that I'm going to need some thicker skin. I'm going to have to understand and accept that people are who they are and people are where they are in life. Those are not my crosses to bear. So make sure that your armor is on. Make sure you're good to go. Your ancestors are your front line. For those that rock, I got to remember that, I'm new to YouTube and it's not my small, intimate, ooey gooey, loving, group and sisterhood. So everybody may not be on that level, but for those that are, because again, that's my tribe. I'm not built for everyone and everyone is not built for me. That's understanding your boundaries, baby. That's understanding who you are and what you're about. You have to become okay with that. So yeah, if you're rocking with the verbiage that I'm using, then yeah, we can rock. If not, that's peace. Ashe. Takers. We've been talking a lot about the ciphering of the energies in my group, where people are constantly taking from you, energy vampires, parasites, leeches, whatever you want to call it. This is why you definitely want to make sure that you're good. You know who you are and you know what you're about. You know what you're willing to put up with and you know what you absolutely are not. There's nothing wrong with having boundaries. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with saying no. I don't care if that person gave you the world and they're asking something of you. Don't feel obligated. Maybe it's just me, but I don't want anyone to feel obligated to me. I feel obligated to you. No, I don't want that. Well, let me release you then. Let me free you. Let me go ahead and help you get your wings so you can fly, baby. I don't want anyone to feel like they're obligated to me. And you shouldn't feel obligated to anyone. Let that be a lesson. And poison. The message says, I am aware that sometimes the only difference between a friend and a foe are the boundaries I set for myself and what I will allow. We right here. That's what we talking about. And look at that. That's a beautiful card. She has on her warrior stripes, baby. Tea tree. You can definitely work with tea tree in regards to that. For me, you definitely want to get rooted. You definitely want to make sure that, if you're rocking, check in on your chakras. That root energy, that sets the tone for everything. Check in on your root energy and then work it on up. And then finally, Cypress. For those that are dealing with grief, solace, as well as transition. Transition, baby. But grief and solace and transition, you can work with Cypress. There have been a lot of elders that are now ancestors. There have been a lot of people who have ascended. And a lot of us may not know how necessarily to deal with that. My mom just ascended on February the 4th. And because I got to do the things that I wanted to do with her during that time, it really did give me the peace. So while I do have moments where I miss her or I want to call her, I drive past her street almost every day. And, now it's different. That grief, it tends to creep up. I cried maybe like an hour before coming on YouTube. And then I had to really ask myself, am I going to allow this to be the reason that I don't go on YouTube? Because again, there's always going to be someone inside of you or a part of you that's going to be like, yeah, no, they're scared. They don't like change. Transition is change. And change is transition. And we're in that death phase of life. The wintertime is the death phase of life, and it definitely put things into perspective. It's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be sad, but don't use it as a crutch. Don't use it as an excuse. That's not brave. That's not bold. That's not righteousness. And that does nothing to your now ancestor. They wouldn't want to be the reason that you're not living life. I'm not going to get too deep into that because I'm new here. But yes, yeah. And then sorrow and inconsolable on the lower end. So if you're feeling as though that, you just cannot get it together. You can't let your ancestor go, definitely work with some Cypress. And it says, in times of grief, I allow my sadness to be erased by the understanding that love lives on beyond the transition of death. And that's real. That's facts. That's what it is right there. They don't want that for you. I know my mama don't want that for me, and then some people, you gotta be, people of today are really different because depending on, who knows, first thing they say was, well, your mom was 82. She lived a very long life. That's supposed to make it easier for me. That's my mama we talking about. I don't care if she lived to be 99,000 years old. That's my mama. That's the person who loved me best. That's the person who loved me most. That's the person who knew me inside and out, true and through. That's my mama, and that's their way of trying to tell you it's okay. But everybody don't want to hear that. Sometimes that's just not the right time to hear that, So again, when you have that energy coming towards you, what do you do with that? Because that's what it all comes down to. It's always going to come back to you. What are you going to do with that? For me, I know my mama raised me better than that. And I know that had I not did this video, it'd have been a whole problem. It'd have been a whole problem. Your loved ones don't want you stopping life because they're not dead. They're just not on this plane. They're just not on this realm. And the way that it looks come lately, that's the goal, baby. That's the win. She took higher power for the win. Seriously, But yeah, it's okay to be hurt and it's okay to grieve. But you definitely want to make amends with that and move on. We're going to leave that. No, let's not leave that right there because that one was, I'm new here. That one was a little dark. That one's a little deep, and it's late at night. Ain't nobody got no time to be thinking about that. Ashe. And then it takes you right on back to make a move. Somebody needs to hear that, though. Find the solace. Find the peace. Find the solace. Find the peace. And the last card is to make a move. Make a move. Once you've come to terms, you definitely going to have to make a move. And look, she's not alone. It may take a collaboration. It actually may. That's been the energy all this week. And I know we're only on the hump day, but that's been the energy all this week. And since today is Wednesday, come through Ogun, Ashe, let that be the fire. Let that be the energy. Come on through. If it's time to make a move, make that move. That's all that turn was talking about. I wasn't going to let anything stop me because this is going to get me closer to my dream. Don't let anything stop you. Use it, channel it, take what you need and respectfully leave the rest, but use it. Ashe, ashe. And let's just see what the ancestors themselves have to say. And there's them fish going upstream. I'm trying to tell you, know who you are and know what you're about. I am awakening 1111. The universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you succeed and helping you wake up to who you truly are. I just said it's going to take a team effort. Ashe. Well, they said it, not just I'm the vessel. Ayi Bobo. And the next one is I am centered 666. Ashe. A wake-up call for you to re-examine, that's that research, your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts so you can raise the vibration to a more positive frequency. We only have to get no deeper than that because I said that at rip. Ashe, ashe. Thank you so much. Please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can get the notifications. The more I get comfortable with YouTube, the better the videos are going to be. Ashe, ashe. Yes, may no ill thoughts, words, curses, sex, and spells, negative energy, low vibration cross you, your ori, your auric, or aortic field. Ashe, ashe. Please keep everyone cloaked, safeguarded, protected, and divinely guided, especially our children. Ashe, ashe. Yes, because they're definitely trying to go through the mothers. Ayi Bobo. And if you have anyone that's on that low vibration, just give your ear. Just give them that love. Give them that support. Or just don't say anything. Sometimes people just need you to just be there. Ashe, ashe. If you don't know what to say, don't say nothing. Just be there. It's enough. It really is enough. Ashe. If anyone is trying to do us any type of harm or any type of level, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, energetically, any of the leaves, we want to send all of that 3 times 3 to the 9th of power. Ashe, back to sender, because that's what we does. Ayi Bobo. Ashe yo. And if you're not having the night that you want to have it, I love you, I love you, I love you. Until we meet again. Peace. Now, how do you end this? Yes.